Welcome to the magazine, and we have such a fun program ahead of us today. We're here with Mike Hevey and Zoe Summertime. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Charlie. Glad to be here.
So tell us something about yourself, Mike.
Well, I grew up, lifetime Fairhaven. Grew up in North Fairhaven, right across from Livesey Park on East Morgan Street.
Okay.
Best place in the world to grow up. Back then, there was always somebody in the park, so we'd be in the park at 8 o'clock in the morning till the street lights went on, and it was just wonderful. So grew up in North Fairhaven, went to Sacred Heart School. It was a little Catholic school in North Fairhaven. I went there till 8th grade. Then I went to Bishop Stang High School. Mom and Dad, Maurice and Yvette were my mom and dad. My brother and sister, Jackie and Morris. Pretty uneventful. Again, went to Bishop Stang. Lived at the Boys Club. I was always at the, so a lot of my friends, of course, I know a lot of guys from town.
Yeah.
But we went to different schools, but I knew them all from the Boys Club. Met my wife at Fort Phoenix.
Okay.
The summer between 8th and 9th grade, we dated. A mutual friend, I had him introduce us. The first time I had seen her, we were on a hay ride, and she was under the hay with Dickie Brennan. but yeah, I'm sure Dickie Brennan was a big drummer at the time, the Battle of the Bands and things like that. So we dated that summer, and then we broke up. We went to different schools, and out of the blue, we stayed friends, but out of the blue, she called me in May to take her to her junior prom. So I'll do the girl a favor. And the rest was history. 2 boys, Ben and Adam. Ben is 45. We got married when I was 10. Ben is 45 and Adam is 40. Ben is a teacher at the high school. He's been teaching there for a number of years, American history.
Yes.
And Adam is in Acushnet. Adam was a golf pro. He had gone. I'm not a golfer, but Adam had gone to school, became actually the youngest golf pro in the country at the time, teaching pro.
Wow.
But one of his friends beat him out from that, one of his classmates. But he's no longer in the golf industry, but it led to other things, and now he sells parachutes.
Well, both your sons have made it big, because I know that your son, Ben, is very, very popular at Fairhaven High School.
That's what I'm told. Well, now if we're driving down the street, if we're walking down the street, people are going, Mr. Hevey, Mr. Hevey, and I'm like, no, I'm Mr. Hevey's dad.
That's great. So the star of the show, too, is Zoe. Zoe Summertime.
Zoe Summertime. Zoe, come here. Come here. Come see me.
Zoe.
Come here. I know, she listens, and she listens so well. Yes, so this is Zoe Summertime. Sometimes she's good, sometimes she's bad. She is a Chinese crested.
Okay.
Most Chinese crested are hairless, but since she has hair, they call her a powder puff. They both come from the same litter, but since she has hair, they call her a powder puff. But I try not to spread that around because it's not good for my image. But so Zoe has always been a kisser, and my sister, 2 years ago, it's been just about 2 years exactly. She came to me with a picture of a husky in like a box, and it said kissing booth. So I said, that gives me an idea. So I went to Stan & Paul's. I got one of their refrigerator boxes, which they have, put it together within half an hour,
okay,
and the rest is history. So we started doing the Fairhaven Marketplace at the high school. Okay. Again, we started just about 2 years ago, and as of our last gig, we did one this past Saturday in North Fairhaven. We've raised $2,303 for the animal shelter.
That's amazing.
So how it works is that it's $2 a smooch, and again, it all goes to the animal shelter. And Zoe's more than welcome, more than happy to accommodate.
Well, she definitely is such a cutie.
The problem is I've created a monster, because if we're ever in the truck together and we're behind a school bus and the school bus stops and all the kids get out, she thinks they're all coming over to see her. So,
Oh, yeah.
woo.
That's great. Well, it's a great concept, and it's great to do this for the animal shelter as well. And I think that people really appreciate that.
The looks on the kids' faces, Charlie, is amazing, and the looks on the adults' faces. You know, that so many times I'll hear, "Oh, you made my day. You made my day. You know, I got my puppy fix."
Yeah.
So it works both ways.
So Zoe, you're very popular, and we're so glad that you're doing all this great work for the animal shelter.
And she's glad to do it too. She's usually good for about 3 hours, and then she's puckered it out.
Okay.
So of course it's all about her. A friend had asked how I felt about pimping out my dog, but we make sure that Zoe is comfortable, and
Sure. Zoe's very well treated. I can tell.
It's all about Zoe.
Right. You're a cutie, Zoe. You are.
She knows that.
So with summer coming to a close, what's the next thing in store?
What we'll be doing another kissing booth on the 19th at Fort Phoenix.
Okay.
And I think that'll run into October. And of course we'll be back next year, next spring. She takes the winter off. She's off the clock. So if any free kisses, you get any free kisses you want after October. But then we'll be back on the clock. Probably we started this year on Mother's Day. They had an event at Fort Phoenix on Mother's Day, so that's when we started. On that day, though, all the kisses were free because it was Mother's Day, so they didn't have to. You get a free kiss on Mother's Day.
Well, she greeted me with a kiss when I came in, so
I'm not surprised.
she's very loving, and
I'm not surprised.
and doing such a great job. You're great, Zoe. Thank you so much. So, Mike, you're involved in other things here in town.
Yes, I give walking tours of the center of town. I started it last year. Chris Richards had put together a new script. He was doing it along with Bob Foster. They were alternating it on Tuesdays. So Chris had put together a new script which dealt a lot with kind of gossipy stories.
Okay.
Bob had been doing his thing forever, so he wasn't about to change because he doesn't know how much longer he'll do it. So I've got the new script now. I do it every other Tuesday. We normally end at the end of August. However, last year there were some folks that were looking for tours in September, so I think I'm going to continue it through at least September as well.
Okay.
But we start at the library. We go down to Willow Park. From Willow Park down to the Unitarian Church, Unitarian Church down to the Maritime Institute,
Okay.
and then to Henry's house on Middle Street, and then back to the town hall. So it's a 90-minute tour.
And it's on Tuesdays
It's on Tuesdays at 10, correct?
at 10 a.m.
So I've had folks as far as Hawaii. I've had folks as far also from Switzerland. Most recently this summer, there's been folks coming down on the train.
Oh,
From
okay.
Boston.
Oh,
So
sure.
that's,
Yeah.
I think Bob has been having very good results as well.
And is there a charge for the tour?
No. It's completely free. Yes.
That's great. So that's a very nice, compliment to Fairhaven that we give free tours.
I think so, and there's just so much history that folks go away from it, just in awe because of many of them aren't familiar with Henry Huddleston Rogers, and of course the buildings and everything else that he has done for the town. So it's fun to give because it's just so much.
Sure. So we can't thank you enough for bringing Zoe to our community, and
It was a match made in heaven.
yeah, and it's great because you're helping out the Fairhaven Animal Shelter. It's a great way of uplifting people's spirits. It's a very positive thing in our community, and I thank you and Zoe for all you do in our community.
It's much appreciated, and we're glad to do it.
Thank you.
You bet.
Welcome back to the magazine. Today, now, we're here with Alanna Nelson of Sippizine. Welcome, Alanna.
Glad to be here. Thank you for the invitation.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming on the show. So, what is Sippizine? How did you form it? What's it about?
I started Sippizine in 2023 with the idea we really needed to raise and shine a spotlight on all the literary and the artistic creativity that's on the South Coast. Now, the real backstory is that I live in Marion, and of course that's where the Sippizine River comes out.
Okay.
So, Sippizine Magazine.
Oh, I love it.
But it didn't take too long after I started talking to people. They're like, it just can't be Marion or the Sippizine watershed. You've got to think bigger than that. And I'm like, well, let's go South Coast then. Because it's amazing how many people are using their professional time, their personal time to create, and we don't know about it. Kind of like your show. You make things happen, you let people know what's going on with the show, and you spread the word. So that's what Sippizine's about.
There's a lot of talent in the South Coast area.
Oh, it's amazing. And the history of talent in the South Coast, whether coming by or coming by and stopping and staying, is really strong. So I figure let's keep it rolling.
So how many magazines have you had so far?
We have had 5 issues so far. And
Okay.
it's interesting because in the beginning, I didn't want it to be a print magazine. I wanted it to be only online because we're all walking around with phones and tablets and things. We know where print has had a tough time. Very quickly, everybody said, this is cool, but I want to read it in person. So it's complicated things a little bit because it's kind of like 2 different scenarios. But so you can read it online for free.
Okay.
You want to hold a copy. It does cost.
Yeah.
And that just helps pay for the expenses of moving forward on Sippizine.
Very good. So tell us about magazine 1 and magazine 2. Magazine
All
3.
right.
Is there a certain feature article?
Yes, there is. So I wanted to kind of guide things. I thought editorially it would be easier for me if we were sticking with a theme.
Okay.
So you can submit prose up to 1,000 words, poetry, and visual art. And that's consistent across all the issues so far. But there is a theme that went with it. And the very first theme, oh my gosh, I can't remember. It was so long ago. I've got it right here. The very first theme was beginnings.
Okay.
That's pretty obvious.
Appropriate, yeah.
And then we followed it up with next step.
Okay.
And those were the 2 that I chose. Then I threw it out to people on our email list, people on Instagram, what kind of suggestions for themes that people had, and had them vote on it. Okay. And it was really interesting because there were 2 themes that were really, really, really hand in hand with each other. So I'm like, all right, well then we've got theme 3, theme 4. And so we had running.
Okay.
And then 4, Running. There's the cover of Running.
Nice.
With a photography by Charlie Duane. And then Home. And then Home, this is a painting by Nancy Mitten that she was willing to share the image with us.
Oh, that's nice.
So the fifth one surprised me that it was a favorite, and it was Sweet and Sour.
Okay.
And honestly, Sweet and Sour, what do you think of when you think of
Right.
Sweet and Sour? What do you think first?
I think of food.
I do too. I couldn't believe the number of really great takes that we had on it.
Okay.
And so that's the most recent one. Number 6, we're going to open up the call for work for that in September.
Okay.
Closes in mid-October, and the theme is movement.
Okay.
That, when we voted on that, was way above all the other ones. So it was definitely a favorite.
So say in the running one, running episode magazine that you have, what are some of the features in it does it pertain to running? Does it fit athletics? Okay.
Well, indeed, some people talked about running from athletics. Okay. We had a super prose poetry piece by Ellen Flynn in Mattapoisett, talking about all the public service, the running that she does to do the public service. Okay. We've got a great from Gavin Santos, who's a Fairhaven resident.
Okay.
His art running as he's running towards high school graduation and the great unknown. Okay. So there were a lot of really wonderful takes, and of course the cover, the photo by Charlie, it was a beautiful river running. This is actually not a South Coast river, it's Maine. But once I saw it, I was like, this is marvelous. We've got some beautiful photography here by Krista Allen.
Okay.
Talking about the water running over the shore. Okay. Running with a sense. Anyhow.
So it all follows
different
the theme.
takes, but everybody had a different take, and the same thing happened with sweet and sour. It was great to see all the takes that were going from there.
From food to what else?
From food to just the ups and downs of life.
Okay.
Lots of people taking that approach on it. And pleasure. I think that's another thing, the bittersweetness that comes with pleasure.
Sure.
So who knows what movement will bring. I can't wait to see.
It's going to be great. So in the past, we've had shows on cultural grants. Have you received any cultural grants?
Very luckily, in the first year, I got a grant from the Marion Cultural Council.
Okay.
And then year 2, I thought, because I was doing writer's prompt sessions and I was gathering things from across the South Coast, I replied to one in Marion and in New Bedford and was granted some money. And that was super big help. I'm really appreciating that. After I decided to continue it, I thought, well, if this is a community culture journal, we need to have the community pay for it. I didn't necessarily want to take sort of like a grant approach to it.
Okay.
That does make it more work for me. It makes it harder because, well, I am really very excited to get out and support other people's projects and shine the light on them. I tend not to be as good at promoting myself.
Okay.
So I thought I'm going to join a Patreon page.
Okay.
And I've just started to get into that. And on one hand, it's like, oh, I don't want to talk about me. But on the other hand, it's like, oh, good, I have somebody to talk about and talk about all this with. So I'm looking at Patreon, or people can donate on the website.
Okay.
If you buy a print copy of the magazine is another way to help support the project.
Okay. So tell us more about Patreon. What is that? That's new.
Well, it's I just got an email from them today. They have raised $10 million for creators all over the world.
Okay.
So I actually personally support a singer in New Bedford.
Okay.
I support an art historian who restores painting, who's based out of the Baltimore area.
Great.
And I've supported comics here in Massachusetts, comic artists. So it's something I had used, once again, supporting other people.
Sure.
But, here I am trying to
Really?
toot my own horn.
Good. Well, no, you're building the arts. You're building the arts and educating us on the arts, which is very important part of our culture.
It
So,
is.
very important.
It is.
So since you have a book form, have you been involved in any libraries?
I actually, because so the Marion Art Center was the first place that supported my writer's prompt session, but I've given at the Mattapoisett Library for a number of years, and it's been wonderful because spreading the word. I've had the chance to go to pretty much every library on the South Coast, and it's been fun because libraries are a hub of activity that is just marvelous, and the people that work there are doing 2 or 3 things all at the same time. And it's, of course, not just books. Libraries are connections and resources, and this TV show is about connection, and Sippizine in a way is creating connection, because when I do these writer sessions, the idea was in the beginning to recruit people to sign up for and submit to Sippizine. And sometimes that happens, but there's also community that's going on there, people that come in with different ideas and people that are taking things from there. So the writers' sessions are a chance to just come, write, meet generally at the library now in Mattapoisett, the one I run, and you just kind of try to write about something completely different. It's not like anybody's critiquing you. It's not like you're taking a work and moving things ahead. It's a spurt of new energy.
And how does someone find out about that? Like, do you have certain days that you do that? Or?
Yeah, we're generally the last Tuesday of the month at the Mattapoisett Library. But honestly, one of the things that I've done, if you don't live and that Tuesday is not good for you, check out your library, because there's a great active group in Fall River. There's a memoir group in Mattapoisett. There's a Marion Art Center is running one up. The Community Rights, Midori Evans has writers' prompt sessions too. So these things are out there and happening, and I'm happy to spread the word about that.
Yeah, absolutely. And how do we get a copy of Sippizine?
Sippizine, you can either contact us on the website. You can just purchase one right there and I'll get it to you. You also can get it at the Sippizine Historical Society, and I think right now that's the only place we have things in stock because we are running out of a few copies of things.
Oh, that's a good problem.
Or a bad problem. I didn't print enough. I don't know.
You can always print more.
Always print more. It's cheaper if you print more on the beginning than they do two small runs. But I'm learning. It's
Absolutely.
fun getting to know people, and really so cool to see all the wonderful things people are making.
Yeah, and how often does the magazine come out?
Twice a year.
Twice a year?
Yeah,
Okay.
so not too frequent. Enough time that you ought to have chance to read it all.
Yeah. So a typical months that it comes out? Or?
Yeah, generally I'm working at April and November.
April and November. Okay. All right. Yeah, very good.
So the next call does open on in September after Labor Day, and it's going to close on October 12th. And
Okay.
the theme is movement. So if you know anybody who writes, if you know anybody who creates art, and you just have them reach out to me, and I'll have by Labor Day the submission form. You'll just be able to click and fill in your information from there.
We have a lot of viewers that are into fitness, and so there may be some calls to you from some of them.
Oh, that they might have little videos to embed in the online version?
Probably.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm open to all kinds of ideas. Yeah, that's what it's all about.
So what's in the future for Sippizine?
Good question. I started it not sure whether it was going to be more than one issue,
Okay.
and now it's, into the third year. I'd like to continue with Sippizine as long as it's not costing me tons of money and that I see the momentum growing. So I'm open to new ideas. Who knows what comes next?
All right. So tell us a little bit more about your Patreon page, because I think that some artists out there may be interested in that, or how would they go about doing this?
Oh, Patreon makes it really quite simple for
Okay.
you. If you go to Patreon, patreon.com, you open a creator profile, and they really walk you through the process. Here's the size of the photo you want. Here's the kind of information we ask from you. They encourage you to post as often as possible, and they make it easy, or not easy, to do things like create a video and load it right up there. So there are a lot of ways that you can do it. They're very supportive, and you probably know somebody. Maybe you won't. Ask. Ask. That's the best way to move things ahead.
What is one of your favorite? Now, I'm putting you on the spot about this
Okay.
because you're only on. You're going into episode magazine 6.
Yes.
So, of the first 5, what was one thing that really stands out in your mind?
As an overall issue, or as one?
As an overall issue.
I think I would have to say home was my favorite.
All right. And why?
The sense of place
Okay.
that's here. It's a very South Coast issue.
Okay.
And I really, maybe because I love the cover too,
All right.
I realized that part of that, the visual thing, I'm a fiber artist.
Okay.
And so the visual actually is equally important to me as the written part. So that was something I did not expect as an avid reader, but that's important to me. Got great art in here too.
Great art. Yeah. Can you show our viewers?
Oh,
some of the
sure,
art?
sure. So we've got, actually this is Amanda Lawrence, who's another Fairhaven resident here.
Okay.
Gavin, his idea of home and his interpretation of that, which I thought was really thought-provoking,
Yes.
that you're a young adult, and yet all those ideas of home are so very traditional and linear. So I thought his expression of that was really provoking, and it was paired with a piece by Lenore Bellerio about a road trip with her daughter, and how that sense of home on the road developed. So I thought it was fun to play with the pieces back and forth. And that is one thing. So You asked me to keep on going through about the art there. This is a wonderful comic by Cara Bean, who's in New Bedford, about her appreciation for her family during COVID, creating a sense of home for her and her husband and her puppy. And this is Carla Reynolds, who's a Fairhaven resident. Her stuff on Instagram just compelled me so much. And then, of course, I always like to have a little bit of South Coast, so we've got cranberries on the backside.
That's awesome. Thank you for showing us that.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure.
So we can still get a hard copy of these magazines.
Yes, you can still get a copy, except for the first one. I have only 2 left.
Okay.
We're not going to reprint it anymore.
Well, then better get them soon.
That's right.
And you once again can get these online.
Online.
So just Sippizine.com?
Sippizine.art.
.art.
Yes, Sippizine.art.
Okay.
Or at the Sippican Historical Society in Marion. They're open Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday.
Excellent, excellent. So anything else upcoming after we have movement?
Yes.
And
I don't know. We're going to have to ask the community, see what comes
Okay.
next.
Okay.
So if you sign up for the email list, or if you just get on the Patreon page, because you don't have to pay to be a Patreon on my page. On the Sippizine page, you can just sign up to get the notifications.
Okay.
And there's a free level, and then there's the amounts that are $3, $6, and $9 a month.
Okay.
So I've got different ways that people can participate, and on the Patreon page, I'll send the message out when, all right, making new, what's the next episode? So that'll be one way to participate too.
Excellent, excellent. Well, Alanna, I love your name, by the way, because that's my granddaughter's name.
Oh.
So I just want to thank you for coming on the show and for really bringing the arts to life, in the South Coast area through Sippizine.
Oh, thank
It's
you.
a very crucial part of our culture that we need to recognize the arts and the talent that we have in our community is just incredible on the South Coast. We have just an enormous amount of talent, and we're very, very blessed to have that talent. And thank you. We're blessed to have Sippizine in order to display that talent.
Glad to be here and glad to be part of it.
So I encourage our viewers, get a magazine, get Sippizine, get it as soon as you can, because as we hear that they're running out, so we want to get it really fast. So go to sippizine.art.
Thanks, Charlie.
All right, Alanna, thank you so much.
All right.